Hi guys, we're back. We're on day 3 of our puppet. So this guy got nice and hard. He's nice and firm. He's ready to paint. His ears are on there. They're not coming off. The handle's nice and firm. You notice it's not going to come off. Nice and ready to go. It's just ready for paint. So we're going to start our painting. Now I put some gray, some white, and some pink here. I figured we'd paint him gray and then maybe put a little bit of pink in his ears and maybe a tiny bit of white. So this should be fun. Water just so you can kind of mix it in and it helps spread the color out. So just a little bit of water, a little rag there so you can kind of dap it, and that'll help you spread your color around on your puppet there. That way you don't have to use so much paint. Okay, now these are acrylic paints and it can get expensive, so you want to be very how do you say, conservative with your paint. You don't want to waste it, okay? This guy is gray. See how we're covering up all the little spots? You want to get in all those little grooves. And these sponges work really good for this part, okay? When you get to painting fine little details on your puppet, then you'll want to use a thinner brush, something really tiny, like one of these brushes here. But right now, this sponge brush works really good for this part right here. So we're going to cover up his ears really good. We want to get in all those little grooves. Put a little water, spread it out a little bit. Okay, so we did that part. I would say let him dry completely before you try to put any other paint. Maybe even just a few minutes in front of the fan. Maybe Dee, you want to put him in front of the fan and I'll show them about the... That's what these smaller brushes are for, okay? So just depending on the brushes, they will have a special effect on how the paint comes out on your puppet, okay? So we're going to start with putting a little pink in there and seeing how that looks. Nice and bright colors always make it fun too. So just start thinking about the colors and the character that you're going to paint before you buy the colors. That way you only buy the colors that you need, because you guys, but I'm having fun. How's that look? Alright, Dee, you want to get me the water and the little green rag so I can kind of wipe my brush? And use that water because you want to reuse these brushes, because if you don't clean your brushes, they're not going to be able to be used again. So always soak your brushes right after you use them. Just a cup of water. Try to use something that, you know, is not your mom's fine china. Something that is recyclable, reusable, and something that doesn't matter, like this little thing here. So you want to always soak and keep your brushes soaking in water. That way you can use them again. You don't want to just use them one time. You want to use them again. Because if you don't clean your brushes, they'll dry and they're hard. They will harden with that paint on there and they won't be any good anymore. So always just soak your brushes, okay? Now we want to put a little bit of white in there, so I'm going to get another brush. I'm lucky enough to have all these brushes. I'm going to put a tiny bit of white. So I'm just going to use a tiny little brush because I only want a fine line of white, okay? Let's see how this works. We want to put it and kind of just highlight. Highlight that pink, okay?